So for today's episode, I'm going to build a pair of goggles like this, and another pair like this. So if you're out to go to a festival in a desert or well, just snowboarding style or whatever, it is a very simple process. You just need a hot glue gun, a bit of spray paint, a bit of old jeweler pieces or whatever other things you have lying around. In my case, I used a lot of 3D prints that I just printed out and basically just prepare the pieces, glue them on top, and you have some nice pairs. So let's see how you do it. Alright, so the first step is to take apart your goggles. You usually just pull it apart and separates like that. Next, you want to prepare the surfaces, and basically you want to use some sandpaper, a very rough one, and just kind of make it nice and rough so hot glue can stick to it. Also, if you have a drill, you can use that to make some holes into it so it's even more rugged. Or the best version I found, since this goggle is very kind of rubbery and flexible, drilling doesn't really work very well, is using a soldering iron. It basically, yeah, self-harm happens all the time. After that, you find whatever bits inspire you the most. So these are 3D prints. They're made from flexible filament, and the designs I got online since I was in a hurry. So when printing flexible filament, you get quite a bit of stringing, as you can see, like these little parts in here. But the easiest way I found to go around it is just first lightly burn the strings off. So that works for a very fine detail. The tougher strings you have to kind of just either pick out or use the pliers. Since the surface of the 3D prints is usually not that smooth, it's always kind of rigid and layer by layer, then normally you sand them and or fill them up with Bondo. But since this is flexible filament, sanding doesn't really work because it's too rubbery, and Bondo would also not work because it would crack up. So therefore, I'm using wood glue. This is flexible and it will stick, and it will slightly even out and smoothen out these cracks and edges and make it all kind of nicer. So this is a test run that I did. So this side is basically without the glue, and you can see it's just like uneven and dotted and kind of rough. Well, this side is nice and smooth and shiny. It can even be better. I just used 2 layers in here, but if I use more layers, it would be much better. Take some wood glue and a normal brush of some kind. From here on out, you want to just apply a thin layer all over the objects you're working with, and then you let it dry out, and then you do it 1 or 2 more times, maybe 3, 4, until you get a nice and smooth result. So the next step is to find some kind of a place for your trinkets on the goggle. I tend to go just 1 piece at a time, so I find something that I really like, and then I try to find a place for that. And then I glue it into place, and then I find another piece and try to find a place for that, and so on. Then, to make sure that it will stick around, we'll add a little bit extra on the back, just in case. On the other side, I think I will try to add it like that. Then we have this necklace in here. Since some of the surfaces are quite nicely golden and I don't mind having them that way, then I will mask them up. So, all painted up. So, time to reattach the sides. This little plastic that holds it in. Also spray painted the straps. It's not exactly a nice thing to do, but I didn't care, so it'll do. And to make it complete again, so once you spray paint something, it's gonna be very uniform and very smooth. So even though you have all these lovely surfaces in here, you don't really get a chance to appreciate them. So what I also like to do is making my piece look a little bit more old. So I take a rag of some kind. So this is just a piece I pulled from a shirt, and then get it full of paint, and then you just kind of smudge all over the surface, and then it will be kind of like black and dirty. And then with a bit of a cleaner edge of the cloth, you basically rub it and spread it around and make it kind of go into all the crevices, and then you can help as well with the brush to kind of finish it off and get it nice and smooth. Well, I've gone to the desert, I've used them, well, not really actually, there wasn't many dust storms this year, so I didn't end up using them at all, but better safe than sorry. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got something out of it. See you next time.